I think I'm live. I just want to jump on for just a quick moment and share kind of a recommendation, something that's been on my heart. So the last 3 weeks or more, June has been just wild for my family. The end of May and June. So on May 24th, my family went on a 2.5 week long trip that resulted in me being in Texas, New Mexico, Utah, Nevada, California, and Mexico. And so in 2.5 weeks, 40 hours worth of driving, five rental cars, three Uber rides, and three plane flights was my travel with over that time. And then we got back from our trip on Wednesday, the 7th of June, and then was home a day. And then on June 9th, I went to the airport and picked up a bonus kid. My son's friend from Vegas had come to stay with us um, for the month. I'm here the last 3 weeks. So for the last 3 weeks, I've had an additional bonus kid with me, putting me at six. I had a 5 year old, I had two 6 year olds, an 8 year old, 10 year old, and a 12 year old with me the last couple weeks. Summer break, had a lot of activities, trying to work and balance the kids. And I just wanted to share, excuse me, just wanted to share a brief recommendation for having success when things are hard. Be present where your feet are. Stand where your feet currently are. And what I mean by that is whatever your circumstances are now, win, move forward, progress in those circumstances. Don't wish or think about someone else or some other position or different challenges or in the future when things are not quite as challenging. But I want to share a win that I had this week. And so the last three, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of last week, my wife was gone at a youth camp for the girls in our church group, and so she was gone at a girls' camp for 3 full days. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of last week, which left me with all six kids home by myself. And a lot of times, wives or husbands or someone would have felt overwhelmed, but we actually had a fabulous time. Things went very well. And I just want to share a few tips of why we had success with me by myself with the six kids. And so before my wife left, she had communicated some of her expectations, some of the things that she wanted to see take place when she returned. And one of the things that she wanted to see when she returned is she wanted to return home to the house in order, not in just shambles and a mess and just chaotic from six kids being home on a summer break. And so she communicated that to me. And so as the 3 days that she was gone, we did a little bit each day to work towards the outcome that we were striving for, or the clean house when my wife got home. And so as we did a little bit each day, we were able to manage the task at hand. We're able to manage the things that we wanted to do. And that's the same with us. When things seem overwhelming and there's a lot on our plate, just start by taking action. Just do a little bit at a time. Focus on the things that you're capable of focusing on at that moment. Wear one hat at a time, and wear that hat, whatever time that schedule is, do your focus 100% on that task. So for me, while my wife was gone, my biggest role was being dad, being present for my five kids and my bonus summer kid. And so we spent a lot of time at the trampoline park and doing activities, some movie nights and things, but I was engaged and I was present. I wasn't overwhelmed with being alone with the six kids, my five kids, and the bonus friend. But we actually did a lot. My kids really had a great time. We have some season passes for the water park and Six Flags and also the trampoline park. I was not brave enough to take 6 kids ages 5, 6, 6, 8, 10, and 12 to Six Flags by myself, because the two oldest, they're capable of going on their own and doing rides, and they're tall enough for the height. But my younger four are different, pretty close to the same age, but the height is drastic. And so one can go on this ride and not the other. And then so we have to really balance when it's just would have been just one. So when my wife's there, it's easy. We split up. She'll go with the older kids that are taller and want to go on the roller coasters, and I'll stay with the younger kids in the Toontown, in the area where it's small. But that is what I could do. I could do the trampoline park because they can all do different activities. I can engage, I can play, but I wasn't able to do, I wasn't comfortable taking 6 kids to the theme park by myself, because my younger ones are challenging, not because they want to do this and they want to do that and they need more attention to detail to ride the rides that they want and need more assistance. And so instead of just giving up and just watching TV the whole time, I did something that I was able to do. I was able to handle an activity that the kids all enjoyed. They asked me every day if we could go back to the trampoline park. And in fact, we hit a record with that, with the trampoline park. We went 5 times in 6 days, and they just jumped for an hour or two and then got a lot of exercise in, and it was a great time. But one thing that I learned from that is that you can do hard things. If something seems overwhelming, like the thought of taking 6 kids to an amusement park by yourself, 6 young kids, then do something else that is not overwhelming. Do something else that still allows you to have the connection. The biggest thing is connection. Be present, not perfect. As a dad, that is what you should strive for. Being present, not perfect. Doing the things that your kids will remember, doing the things that will allow you to build connection. And so for those of you that rely heavily on your wife and traveling and doing the different activities, you got this. As a dad, go spend some time with your kids. Spend some time in one-on-one situations where you just have a couple kids, older kids, younger kids, whatever it might be. But spend time connecting with your children. Do the things that they wanted to do. While my wife was gone, we played a lot of foosball. We did a lot of activities that we could do in the home. It's very, very hot here in Texas right now. And so the trampoline park allowed us to be inside where it was cool. We had some opportunities to go swimming to beat the heat and those kind of things. So my challenge for you is just be where your feet are. Lift where your feet are. Don't worry about what's coming next week, what happened last week, when this thing happens in the business, one day, but really be present to where you are. When you're home, make your attention there on your children. Make sure that you're being intentional with your time and the things that you do. So as you focus on lifting where you stand, being present where you stand, where your feet are, that should be where your attention is. And as you keep that focus, your kids will really appreciate the effort that you make. So remember that. Focus on where your feet are now. Do what you can, win where you are. And then as you progress, or the burden or weight or responsibility is decreased, then you can win in a different capacity. But focus on where you are right now in this moment and win this moment. Win today, win tomorrow, win next week. Don't worry about winning next month or next year. Win the moment now. Win today. Win tomorrow. Those are the times that we can control what is right directly in front of us. So wherever you stand is where you should give your best effort, including to the relationships that matter most, your children. So that was just a quick win that I wanted to share with you, how I was able to navigate 6 kids by myself when my wife was gone for 3 days. And a couple of my kids are definitely mommy's their first priority. They want mommy. They want everything to do. JoJo's so incredible, and I wanted her home, but I also wanted her to enjoy her time and have the influence and impact that she had with the youth that she was serving at the girls' camp. So allow yourself, your wife, to have their own time. Be the dad. be there for your kids, do activities that are fun and exciting, and build a bond and connection that is lasting. So if you have any additional questions, put a comment in the put your remarks in the comment section, and I'll respond to those comments, and I'll give you a video that answers those questions that you might have. Thanks. Tune in next